what's going on YouTube? This is Brooke, your friendly neighborhood prior service recruiter, and today I want to talk a little bit about the non-obligatory contract and your process to get back into the IRR. So whether you know it or not, if you're working with me or your prior service working with a recruiter to get into the SELRES, you are signing your 1326, which it is written in there that is a non-obligatory contract. So what that really means is you have an opportunity to go from a drilling reservist or a SELRES to the individual ready reserves at any point, no consequences. Obviously, there's going to be a process to that, and I kind of want to talk a little bit about it. Now, keep in mind, I am not a subject matter expert on this. I know just enough to educate my applicants. It's going to be important for you to talk to the CCC to get more in-depth information. Now, I just went to a drill weekend and I got the checklist myself so we can go over it together. So first things first, you're going to want to contact your CCC. You're going to want to let your chain of command know what your intentions are because they're going to need to be in the loop about this as well. And you're going to want to grab a 1300/4, which is the application for transfer to the individual ready reserves. Now this application is pretty straightforward. So you're going to have to know, who your unit CO is and things like that. And they're obviously going to have to sign it, so they're going to have to be on board with your transfer into the IRR. So make a case for yourself, whether it's, hey, I have a job that's too demanding, I have to take care of my sick mother-in-law, kind of whatever your situation is, they're obviously going to need to know that. So another thing in section 6 that I did want to point out as well is you do have an opportunity to, any SELRES member has the opportunity to take a one-time period of non-availability, which means you're just going into the IRR for 1 year. And that can be done if you're doing like a mission trip or, obviously it's going to be a case-by-case basis for that as well. But that is an option too. If you don't want to go into the IRR indefinitely, this is a great option just to take some time off. And I would recommend before you resort to going into the IRR, try to do flex drills and work with your unit to really stay in the SELRES just because you're going to be getting those points for retirement. But if it is not plausible, this is definitely an option for you. So as you can see down below section 6, you're going to need to be in good standing with the CFL, CMC, XO, etc., etc. So once you get this application done, you're going to want to talk to the CCC and you're going to need to get 3 basically pieces of paper from them. One is going to be the transfer from SELRES counseling. Another one is going to be the IRR ASP checklist. And the last one is going to be the IRR statement of understanding. So once you get all of these documents, you're going to go into NSIPS and you're going to upload these yourself. So this is basically going to be your whole application. After that, you are done. It's going to be routed through your unit career counselor. Then it's going to go to your unit CO. Next, it's going to be the Navy Reserve Center CO. And once that's all approved, it's going to go up to PERS and they're going to give you the final approval. This is how you're going to want to transfer out if you want out of the SELRES, just because if you burn your bridges too quick, I've seen it as a prior service recruiter. People are knocking on my door trying to get in the reserves before they're even fully separated from the Navy Reserve. So it's important to really do the process properly so that way you don't burn any bridges and you don't get yourself in any trouble, unnecessary trouble. Now, keep in mind, if you were paid out a bonus, you're going to need to have a bonus termination letter as well. This is a super brief explanation just to kind of give you an idea of what the application process is going to look like. And I've talked to people who have done this successfully, and I've talked to people that have been struggling to do this for months and months and months. Ultimately, it's going to depend on your unit and your NRC. How is your relationship with these people? If you haven't really been on their good side, chances are you're not going to have a great time doing this. If you've been a great sailor and you have their trust, they're going to be more likely to push this for you. So if you have your own personal experience, definitely reach out to me because I'd love to share that with my applicants. I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to put some links in the description so that way you can do a little bit of your own research. And if you have any specific questions or you have specific content you want me to cover, feel free to comment below. Thanks for watching.